So Akil's saying, how dope is Sequoia Capital? They're the best. Yeah, they're incredible. So Sequoia is the #1 venture capital firm in the world. And I always talk about how you want to invest in great founders, great management teams first, and then business model second. And what I'll do is let's go to Sequoia's website together, and I'm going to show you how they focus on the founders. So if we go to Sequoia Cap. So Sequoia here, you see these people? Obviously you recognize Steve Jobs. You might not recognize many of the other people, but you notice how there's no company name listed there anywhere? None of those companies are listed. Obviously we know Apple is Steve Jobs, but the other founders, what companies are they with? It doesn't matter. What matters first and foremost is the founder and the quality of the management team, then the business. Okay, and they get it. And I guarantee you, you go to any other venture capital website in the world, you will not see this, meaning the faces without names. Usually people are chest pounding, bragging about the companies that they've invested in. Not here. Sequoia gets it. They get it. They invest in people. So, and I know a guy there named Doug Leone who's amazing. And I've actually partnered on Sequoia investments in the past. I've been in board meetings at Sequoia on companies I've invested in that they've invested in as well. And it's an amazing place, just an incredible place. And I sat down with Doug Leone for a couple hours one day. And Doug Leone is I think one of the more senior partners there, maybe the most senior partner. He's a rock star. He's amazing. The guy's incredible, right? And I asked him, what kind of people do you like to hire or invest in? And he said something that blew my mind. He said, we like to invest in people that might have had something happen to them in their lives. We don't know about it, but maybe something in their lives that leads them to maybe feel like they're not good enough and they need to prove the world wrong. Maybe they have a chip on their shoulder we don't know. And I asked him why. And he said, because if you want to prove the world wrong, then you're not just going to start a company and then sell it for a couple $100,000 or $1 million. You're going to try to reinvent an entire industry. You're going to try to take your company to a $100 billion market cap. You're going to be so long-term focused, like Elon Musk, for example. You're thinking about colonizing Mars and doing crazy things that nobody thought you could ever do. Now, when it comes to Elon Musk, he fits into this category as well, of trying to prove the world wrong. And I respect him. He's done great things, for the environment, etc. But for those of you that have read Elon Musk's biography, you know that he had a tough childhood in South Africa. He was beaten up a lot by these jerks, whatever. And so he's proven the world wrong now. With Steve Jobs, he was adopted, and being adopted is a beautiful thing, but he didn't know who his father was for years. And he had some personal issues as well. Obviously, he created incredible products, and God bless him, the world misses him. But for him, it was never about money. It was just about proving the world wrong and reinventing an industry and just doing what he loves doing, which is creating simplistic products that can change the world. And so, if you scroll down here on this website, you can then see the names of the founders. This is Fred Luddy. I invested in his company too. ServiceNow, great company. 23andMe. I think this is. I think she was married to one of the Google founders. Yeah, Eventbrite, YouTube, and by the way, so with Chad and Steve here. With YouTube, and I worked at a venture capital firm before I started my own recent company that led the Series B in YouTube, and Sequoia led the Series A. Now, I was at that venture capital firm after they did the Series B in YouTube, so I didn't get compensated on it. But I remember asking my boss at the time, why did you guys lead the Series B on YouTube? I mean, YouTube was founded in 2005, and at that time, there was a million other video websites. You could go to Yahoo Videos and a bunch of others that nobody uses anymore. Why YouTube? And he said, Chris, it wasn't only about the business model, it was about the founders. And the founders came from PayPal. And that's a big deal because the PayPal mafia kind of runs the valley. And if you do a search on that, you'll see it. If you take my entire MBA 1 course, I talk about this in a lot more detail. There's Larry Ellison from Oracle. But what happened was PayPal the early employees at PayPal included Peter Thiel, who's the first investor in Facebook and the founder of Founders Fund, his venture capital firm called Founders Fund, because he invests in founders. And the other co-CEO at the time was Elon Musk. And Reid Hoffman, who created LinkedIn, came from there as well. And those two gentlemen I showed you from YouTube, the founders of YouTube, they also came from PayPal. And the founder of Yelp did as well. A lot of great entrepreneurs came out of there. And so the PayPal mafia is really important here in the Valley. It's historic now. But it also goes to show the importance of investing in great managers first, great people first, before investing in a great business model. And that will save you a lot of time, too, when you do due diligence on companies. Don't even bother building a financial model or analyzing the business model until you feel comfortable with the management team. It's a great screening process for you. And unfortunately, that's not something that's taught in business school, but should be.